All right, welcome back to this video. We are talking about how to secure your Amazon identity and access management infrastructure using Centrify and Active Directory as an example. In the previous video, we verified that our Active Directory user was able to access Amazon AWS EC2. She was able, limited only to that, and she was able to get SSO. In this example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove her from the group, right? To verify that once I remove her from the group, right, and I reload her rights, she's going to lose access to the application, right? So notice that that happened right now. That means that you can have Active Directory groups be the source for entitlements in AWS. Let's add a little bit more to this. One thing that we can add is, for example, access requests. We can basically say that the application requires additional controls, and let's just go crazy here. So one thing that I'm going to add right away is a policy that requires strong authentication, right? Another one is going to be that it's only restricted to systems within the corporate IP range, right? That means that if she's outside the network, she won't be able to use it. Um, and The other control that I'm going to add is that she needs to request access to get that application. So I'm going to do provisioning. I'm going to enable provisioning. Actually, no, not that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking is for, let's see, I check the policy. Okay, what I'm looking is for workflow, right? So I'm going to enable workflow for this application. I'm going to allow her, in this case, to request the read-only capability. And I'm going to, the approvers are going to be AWS. Let's see what I can get with that. Approvers, there you go. So that makes Diana, my user, the approver when she requests. So also, I need to make sure, because I probably undid that before, that I'm actually adding my corporate IP range, which is this IP address right here. So I need to make sure that otherwise it's not going to work. Actually, let's test that it is not going to work. So let's request that application. So um, in this case, she would have to add the application. Um, she would go to her personal catalog, and in the catalog she can see the accounts that are the applications that are in the corporate catalog. So AWS is one of them. So notice that this one is going to be requested, so she's going to get an email because of demo. Okay. So this is going to be sent, this request, and my approver, who's Diana, she should be getting that request here anytime soon. So this request is starting. Let's take a look again, and there it is. So there's a request that is pending. So I can go ahead and approve it. So she's gonna get that approval when I submit it. My user will be able to see the application. So I can quickly accelerate by reloading the rights. And notice the application is in there, but look at this. I can't open this application because the application has been set up to be used only from the internal network, and and I haven't properly set up those parameters, right? So in order for me to fix this, I need to account for the NATed addresses of my organization, my limited demo environment. So I'm going to go ahead and add that IP address. And now that that IP address has been whitelisted, I can reload and notice that my user now can launch the application. Notice the little key here, right? So that means that I must provide multi-factor authentication. So notice that I have different options here. One of them is the mobile authenticator, which is in the right here. So I can do next. Notice that I got the Push MFA. I can approve it. And automatically through her SAPS is going to be submitted. So now I have a different role. This is easy to read only. So we're going to go ahead and try and sign in. And if I go back here, I should have basically logged out before. So if I go to, what is it that we tried before? If I go to keys, I guess, key pairs. Let's create a key pair. Notice that the user is not authorized. And this also, we did a lot of things here. One is we can request that the users don't have access. This is access based on business need to know. We also enforced that it can only be accessed from inside the network. Notice that when the network wasn't set up, the user couldn't launch the application. And then the other one was enforcing multi-factor authentication using different factors. So I'm hoping that this series of videos actually helped. As an appendix, I'm going to add the ability to provision users in IAM. Why? Because it's possible that depending on the capabilities you're using in my Amazon AWS, that you need to have local users in AWS created automatically. So we can leverage that same template the same way. And keep tuned.